In the vast expanse of the open ocean, one vessel stands as the ultimate symbol of American power. The nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, at over 100,000 tons. It is a floating airbase, a command center, and a strategic deterrent, all in one. It projects force across the globe, allowing nations to respond to crises without needing permission to land on foreign soil. But with great power comes great vulnerability. A carrier is a high-value target. Enemy missiles, submarines, drones, and cyber threats circle the globe, waiting for a moment of weakness. A single successful hit could cripple American power projection for months. So how does the US Navy protect its most valuable asset from a deadly attack? The answer isn't one weapon. It is not a single shield or a secret technology. It is a layered defense system, a complex web of technology, strategy, and human skill designed to stop threats before they even get close. This is the defense of the aircraft carrier. A US aircraft carrier never travels alone. It operates as the heart of a carrier strike group, often referred to as a CSG. This is a highly coordinated fleet of warships, submarines, and aircraft designed for one purpose: total protection. Think of the carrier as the king in a game of chess, and the strike group as the pieces surrounding it, ready to sacrifice themselves to ensure the king survives. Typically, a carrier strike group includes one nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, 2 to 3 guided missile cruisers like the Ticonderoga class, and 3 to 4 guided missile destroyers, such as the Arleigh. Alongside these surface ships, there is at least one fast attack submarine, either Virginia or Los Angeles class, hunting beneath the waves. There's also a supply ship to keep the fleet fueled and fed, a carrier air wing consisting of over 60 aircraft. Every ship in this group is networked through advanced data links like the Cooperative Engagement Capability System. This allows them to share radar, sonar, and targeting data in real time. If one ship sees a threat, the entire group sees it. If one ship locks onto a target, another ship can fire the missile to destroy it. This isn't just defense. It is a 3-100-60-degree multi-domain early warning system. It detects threats hundreds of miles away, often before the enemy even knows the carrier is there. Defense begins far beyond the horizon. The outer layer is all about detection, deterrence, and destruction at long range. The goal is to push the battlefield as far away from the carrier as possible. Carrier-based aircraft like the E-2D Advanced Hawkeye Act has airborne radar stations, flying high above the fleet. They scan over 300 miles for incoming aircraft or missiles. They are the eyes of the fleet, seeing over the curvature of the Earth where ship-based radar cannot reach. Fighter patrols, known as Combat Air Patrols, CAP, fly around the clock. These FAA-18 Super Hornets and F-35CS are ready to intercept suspicious contacts before they get close. If an enemy bomber is detected 400 miles out, fighters are sent to engage it there. The enemy never gets a chance to launch their weapons. For missile threats, the Aegis combat system is the backbone of the defense. Guided missile cruisers and destroyers fire standard missiles, like the SM-6 and SM-3. These are not ordinary missiles. The SM-6 can engage aircraft and cruise missiles at long range, while the SM-3 is designed to intercept ballistic missiles in space, destroying them before they even re-enter the atmosphere. Against submarine threats, the CSG's own attack submarine hunts ahead of the group, clearing the path. Escort ships deploy towed sonar arrays and anti-submarine helicopters like the MH-60 array Seahawk to listen for the faint sound of enemy propellers. The goal is to neutralize threats before they enter the carrier's keep-out zone. If an enemy platform is detected 400 miles out, it never gets a second chance. If a threat penetrates the outer layer, the carrier strike group shifts to mid-range defense. This is a high-speed, high-stakes engagement zone, typically between 50 and 100 miles from the carrier. Here, the evolved Sea Sparrow missile, or ESSM, takes over. Packaged in compact launchers, these agile missiles can engage multiple sea-skimming cruise missiles simultaneously. Sea-skimming missiles are particularly dangerous because they fly low over the waves, hiding from radar until the last moment. The ESSM is designed to catch them fast. At the same time, electronic warfare systems begin to jam enemy guidance signals. The SLQ-3, electronic suite on board the escort ships, can confuse, deceive, or disable. Incoming radar-guided weapons. It shouts noise into the enemy missile seeker, causing it to lose lock. And if missiles still get through, soft-kill systems like the Nulka decoy create false targets. The Nulka is a hovering rocket that emits a radar signature stronger than the ship itself. Incoming missiles are lured away from the steel hull and explode harmlessly in the open water. Every second counts in this zone. From detection to engagement, the CSG's integrated fire control network makes split-second decisions. In some cases, the system automates responses when human reaction time isn't enough. The sheer volume of fire directed at an incoming swarm is intended to saturate the attack, ensuring that nothing survives the wall of steel and explosives. If a weapon survives all previous layers, it enters the final, desperate zone, the inner defense ring. This is less than 10 miles from the carrier. At this range, there is no time for complex coordination. This is point-blank defense. Meet the Phalanx. Closing weapon system. It is a radar-guided, 6-barrel Gatling gun that fires 4,500 rounds per minute. It creates a curtain of tungsten bullets in front of the ship. If a missile penetrates this curtain, it is shredded before it can impact the hull. Complementing the Phalanx is the CRM system. This combines the radar of the Phalanx with rolling airframe missiles. It gives the ship a bit more range and lethality than guns alone. These systems are fully automatic. Once activated, they scan, track, and fire without human intervention. They're the last line of defense, the final guardian standing between the ship and destruction. And if, against all odds, a weapon strikes, the carrier itself is engineered to survive. Its hull is divided into thousands of watertight compartments. If one section is breached, doors slam shut automatically. To contain the flooding, vital spaces like the engine rooms and command centers are armored with special steel. Redundant systems ensure that if one power line is cut, another takes over. But the technology is only half the story. The elite damage control teams train relentlessly to contain breaches and keep the ship fighting. These sailors are ready to rush into smoke-filled corridors, patch holes, and fight fires while the ship is still under attack. US carriers are designed to take a punch and keep launching aircraft. That resilience is the final layer of defense. History has shown that these ships can absorb tremendous damage and remain operational. The sheer size and structural integrity of a Nimitz or Ford-class carrier make them incredibly difficult to sink. Protecting an aircraft carrier isn't about one miracle weapon. It's about layers. It is intelligence, surveillance, long-range interceptors, electronic warfare, closing guns, and shipboard resilience, all working as one. It is a system designed so that an enemy must succeed multiple times to win, while the Navy only needs to succeed once to protect the ship. This integrated defense system doesn't just protect a ship, it protects freedom of navigation. It deters aggression. It projects stability across the globe. When a carrier strike group arrives off a coast, it brings with it the assurance that the airspace and sea surrounded are under control. It changes the calculus of conflict for any adversary. Because in the modern age of warfare, the best defense isn't just firepower. It's foresight, it's coordination, and it's the unwavering readiness of the men and women of the United States Navy. They stand watch every hour of every day, ensuring that the floating fortress remains unsinkable. The carrier strike group represents 360-degree defense. 20-4-7. Readiness. One mission. Protect the carrier, protect the fleet, and protect the peace.